Hey guys, this is Drax back with another How to Dominate guide. The first for quite a while now. This time is going to be another Hero Starfighter guide, and I thought with the introduction of LANDO and L3's MILLENNIUM Falcon, this is probably the perfect time. This ship of course has been talked about a fair amount since it was added to the game, as it came with a hefty price to unlock, 35,000 credits. Now to me, as someone who plays the game a lot, 35k credits isn't too bad, especially with the extra credits that you get now. But for the casual player, I do think this amount is a bit too much in some ways. I'm just thinking of the new player who just wants to jump in and maybe play as their favourite ship from the movie. That's definitely one way of looking at it. The other is that you have something to work towards, and currently for me there isn't much in the game, so these hero ships and heroes in the future being behind a credit wall at least allow me to work towards something. And I also see it this way, not many people have complained about that new Chewie skin costing too much. But when comparing that so-called epic Chewie skin to the new Falcon, I thought to myself, the Chewbacca one looks like it takes hardly any work to make, whereas at least with the Falcon, you get the best looking version, some great new abilities and some interesting voice lines. Still, even with that all being said, not many people really wanted this Falcon. I mean, we did already have 2 Falcons in the game, so why would we want another? Well, this version just might be the best version, or at least a better use of credits over the new Chewbacca skin. Let's start by taking a look at the abilities. First up here we have the coaxium injection, which is pretty much an afterburner with an extra kick. The visuals look amazing on this ability, and it's pretty useful for avoiding missile locks and getting some distance between you and pursuers. The central ability is called Synchronized Fire, and this one is great for taking out targets quick. Here both the ventral and dorsal cannons will fire at the same time, delivering an insane amount of damage. It simply melts through objectives and enemy hero ships. And then finally we have the L3's co-pilot ability. Here L3 will highlight enemies for both you and surrounding friendlies. Every enemy highlighted will receive increased damage. So 3 pretty good abilities there. Straight off the bat, I definitely recommend combining the L3 ability to highlight and the synchronized fire at the same time to deal the most possible damage on targets, especially those hero ships who pose the biggest threat to you. Damage output is one of the strong suits of this Falcon for sure. Still, at this point you may be thinking, I don't see what's so special about this Falcon. Why is Drax saying it might be the best one? My answer to that is star cards. LANDO and L3's Falcon gets access to a certain star card, which in turn, I think makes it the best one. That is the Elite Pilot star card, which at top tier will give you a 20% better turn rate. Now think about it, that's 20% better than other Falcons who never stand a chance when someone is on their tail. Literally the only option normally is to run back to your spawn area and hope friendly fighters will help you out. At least with this version you have access to this card and you can dodge and even dogfight to a certain extent. That is what makes it the best for me. Now you will need to get to level 15 to unlock this card, and then you will need to get to level 25 to get the full 20% benefit, but I'm sure when you do, it will be worth it. Remember, in the near future we will have that HVV Starfighter mode, so that should help us to level these hero ships a bit faster. In the meantime, you just have to net enough points to unlock them in the standard Starfighter Assault. Getting back to star cards now, for the other 2 card slots I would recommend Reinforced Hull to take more damage, and then the Repair Systems card to auto repair quicker. Once you do have the Elite Pilot card, you'll find you should be able to avoid damage for long enough to allow the Repair Systems to kick in. This is of course playing to the strengths of the Falcon, as it is a tanky ship and can take quite a battering. Its total health as standard is 11,050, then with the Reinforced Hull card you are looking at over 13,000 HP. It's hard to take down and it will be able to maneuver nicely once you have that Elite Pilot star card. On top of all this, I have to mention the fact that it has no missiles or torpedoes. To me this is a bonus, as lock-ons are fairly weak in this game and less effective than direct fire when you tally the numbers up. So all the abilities being focused on damage and evasion is a big plus for me. When using Lando and L3's Falcon, as always, you will be the star player and be targeted, so keep in mind that L3 ability. Turn it on when friendly ships are nearby to help them remove pursuing enemies from your tail. At the beginning, since you won't have the elite pilot card, you will need to run back into friendly fighters if you have too many enemies on you. The Falcon can of course take quite a lot of punishment, but since this one has no ability to self-repair, then you need to get away and find some time for the auto-repair to kick in. Using the coaxium injection at the right time will avoid those missile locks and get you a bit of space to possibly allow you to get back to the spawn area, where you should find a few helpful fighters there to save you. You may even be able to use the injection to buy the time to turn and then engage yourself, but this is a bit more tricky with a base turn speed. It will definitely become a more viable option when you have that elite pilot card. On the offensive, however, the Falcon really shines, demolishing objectives in no time. I'd advise using it this way to greatly help your team and net a good deal of points for leveling. Anytime you want to deal heavy damage, hit the sync fire ability, and remember, any hero fighters in your sights, combine the sync fire and L3's co-pilot ability to obliterate them. I really didn't think I wanted another Falcon in this game. There were of course better things to add, but this one is here now, and for the 35,000 credit price, I think you'll eventually have the best Falcon available. If you can make good use of those abilities, combining the recommended star cards with the few tactics that I mentioned, then I'm sure you'll dominate with Lando and L3's Millennium Falcon. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like if you did and sub if you are new and want to see more guides like this one. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.